All right, welcome to the Food is Medicine We Heal with Nature webinar masterclass. I am excited to share with you what I consider to be the most important message for our health. We do heal with nature, and what we eat um, plays the biggest role in our health. And so regenerative health is at the root of my work. It means that we get to the actual root cause of imbalances and health issues, and we completely regenerate them at a cellular level. And to do this means to clean up the terrain, clean out the body, restore gland and organ function for complete healing. Because even holistic doctors and naturopaths, they give you a big handful of herbs and they say, here you go. They're kind of treating symptomatically, and there pretty much is no end in sight. You'll pretty much live on these herbs for, a long time to try to maintain the balance in your body. And while herbs are great and they don't hurt you, the focus isn't regeneration. And so, when I went to the Institute of Regenerative Health, I really learned that we can regenerate the body completely. We can address the root cause, and that allows the body to reverse, repair, and completely regenerate itself through detoxification, herbalism, nutrition, hydration, and of course, mindset, beliefs, emotions, thoughts, traumas, frequency, like everything. Everything plays in to our frequency, and our frequency, we are energetic beings. And so frequency is everything really in our body. Everything has a different frequency. Everything within our body has a different frequency. Everything we take in, foods, remedies, gemstones, like anything that can be a tool for us has a different frequency. And because of that frequency is why it's a tool. And so, um, when you start to look at things in that way, you just get a deeper understanding of we're all nature. We're all just earthly elements. And so anything that's not of nature doesn't really heal us. Ultimately, in regenerative health, we must not just treat the symptoms, but instead eliminate the cause of the symptoms and heal the root. Most healthcare systems, like I was saying, even holistic ones, they're treatment based. They use remedies for long term, they manage symptoms, and although they don't cause harm, although they work, even they seem like they're working, they do help manage, they do, you know, herbs are super healing, but if you're not changing your foods, if you're not cleaning that terrain, if you're not getting the parasites out, the plaque, the heavy metals, all the things that are in there, um, living in there, holding in and trapping in other vibrations and frequencies that aren't healing, then we start to tip the scales. And so we want to get to that root cause. And so we don't want to treat the symptoms. It's like Western medicine. It never gets to the root cause. It never regenerates. If you take it, you won't make it. And most medicine, even natural, is based on remedies. And so even like the holistic remedies, if you're taking herbs for something forever, your body will never learn how to make it on its own. And our body's really wise. We make a lot of the hormones and the neurotransmitters and, you know, all on our own. And all we actually really need are minerals from foods and amino acids. Our leafy greens, our vegetables, and our fruits contain everything we need to make all those processes happen. And so our body is wise and it will make what it needs of many of the things if we don't take long-term supplements. If we eat the things that help stimulate those processes to happen better, which, everything that I teach is about doing that. It's about nourishing the cells and the tissues and healing that terrain. And so, about me, I've had 34 years of experience in the holistic healing field on my own journey and helping others. And we never aren't on our own journey. After all these years, I'm the healthiest I've ever been, but I'm still on my own journey. Things still happen. We still have to find balance. I still have to eat right and move my body and have the supports around when I need them and, mostly live a really clean, you learn the things that it takes to heal. And when you don't do those things, your healing could potentially start to go back the other way again. And so it is a long term journey. Your whole life, we have to do the things to keep us healed. So instead of needing doctors, I want to just empower people to heal themselves. Because once you learn this message once, it's yours forever, and no one can ever take that from you. You can never unlearn it. You'll just springboard from that as you grow and learn more about what your needs are, because we are different, but we are the same. We're all frugivores at the heart, and we've just adapted. Doesn't mean it's healthier, but we're going to look at all that. So, my vision, guided by the understanding that nature is our biggest teacher, plants are our only true nourishment and medicine, and the deep and potent wisdom of our body, which is our blueprint, will provide us with all we will ever need to repair, heal, regenerate, restore, balance, and unlock our true vitality within. So, treating imbalances naturally using the body's own guidance system, we can uncover the root cause of why illness and dis-ease sets in. Then we can heal the body through energy, nutrition, hydration, vibration, and herbs. And my passion and my mission is I empower you to take charge of your own health and healing and be your own doctor by learning to listen to the messages of your body. I challenge the daily impacts of diet, emotions, and the environment to empower you to take responsibility, make better choices, advocate for your health, and heal yourself. Because frankly, you're the only one that can heal yourself. Your body knows how to heal, but you are the only one that can heal yourself. No one can heal you. We don't heal others. We learn what it takes and then we do the thing. Um, and so I, I Your body knows how to heal. My mission is to help create a culture that embodies self-care to take us as a collective to the next level and create a ripple effect of bringing back an earth-based self-care and holistic healing practices across the world. And really, my ultimate goal, this came to me yesterday. I want to see the next generation of healthier people, healthier babies being born, healthier kids, healthier young people. We can do it if we start now bringing in that next generation of healthier people. We can all just start eating healthier. We can start feeding our kids healthier. Like, start there, you know? And so, it's an important message. So this is my girl. She's now almost 19. This was, I don't know, 5 years ago, I guess. My Why That Makes Me Cry. Health issues of both mine and my daughter began to take over, and we needed to make some changes. And as a single mother with little support, I found it a must to have my own business so that I could be with her and give her the life she deserves. Being with her has been everything we needed it to be. So, I became a holistic practitioner and I created my own business and I help people heal from many of the things that I went through myself. So I'm Jessica Kumala and I've been on my healing journey for now 36 years. I just updated this the other day. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis at 19, right when I graduated massage school. And it was a sobering revelation of the consequences of neglecting my body's needs in just a very short time, 3 years. Because I grew up eating very healthy. And then when I went to high school and got a best friend, I started eating fast food for the very first time, 14, 15, no, 15, 16, and 17. By 18, I was really sick. By 19, I was like diagnosed with a disease and, being told that I'll never be the same again, that drugs are the only thing that will help. And so, our health issues are always a wake-up call to listen. And I had just been through massage school, so I was just now diving into the natural healing world. And we did learn a little bit about nutrition but we learned a lot about the body. And but disheartened by the conventional medical prognosis of lifelong medical dependency, I resolved to chart my own path to healing. And over all these years, with all that I've learned, everything got better. But it wasn't until I found regenerative health and detoxification where I regenerated my body, mind, and spirit from the inside out and finally completely healed. And I was even doing all of the emotional work. In 2010, I went to the Institute for the Holistic Kinesiology Institute, and I learned how to muscle test, and I learned how to do all the emotional and trauma clearing techniques that I still use to this day and teach classes on. And they helped a lot, but I was still having a flare up every 3 months for 34 years. And I was eating organic for probably close to 30 of those years. Super clean products, food combining, just really, really, really careful. And but nothing really changed the fact that I was having a flare up of ulcerative colitis every 3 months, especially if something emotional was going on. It put me down for like a month. So my question is, do we clean the tank or do we medicate the fish? And of course, we've all heard this question before, the germ theory versus the terrain theory. I think there's still some confusion about that, but this concept really is at the heart of regenerative healing. Dis-ease is simply just a state of acidosis, infection, and a lack of flow and ease in the body, where the cells are slow, dehydrated, acidic, and stuck instead of flowing freely. So it's not actually anything but that. That's why I call it dis-ease, because there's no ease and flow of the cells. They're all stuck and clumped. And I do live blood morphology as well. And I've been able to see examples of clumped cells. It's called rouleau, where all the cells are clumped on top of each other or in like a fallen over domino effect. And that's really all disease is, dis-ease. It starts out that way. And so step one, always, and I'm giving you everything you need today, um, that I use with my clients, that I teach in my programs, that I teach in my certification program, that I use in my own healing process. And you can, just use all of this and do the healing. I will send you a replay of this as well. So it's great that you're taking notes, but you will have a replay of it if you want to go back over these slides and just remind yourself of, maybe some pieces that you missed. I know it's hard to write down everything, but to nourish your beautiful body, nourishment is always step one. Nourish those cells. You have to start to alkalize the body. You have to start getting the acids out of the body. So really the only way to do that is eating more raw fruits and vegetables. Alkalizing the body is the most important first step to preparing your body for detoxification. The main way to do this is eating whole foods, plant-based, eating organic, alive, raw, local, and seasonal if possible. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Focus on the bringing stuff in, which will naturally take stuff out because you can only have room for so much stuff. So if you focus on what you're bringing in, not what you're taking out, it's a little bit less stressful at first. I know that food is such a deeply ingrained cultural, emotional, habitual thing. And so, but ultimately taking out meat, dairy, eggs, grains, fast food, and even beans and legumes because they're very hard to digest while detoxing. What I'm teaching today is how to detox. I'm not saying this is the diet for long term. Now it is for me because I got better and I never want to get sick again. So I'm pretty much sticking with it. I veered off and I can tell that I feel the best eating high raw vegan. I do eat a little bit of warm soups and squashes and some things that aren't super drying. I do make a lot of really fun things, which I teach in my living foods course, which is now a part of my food as medicine certification program, first time ever, where we actually are going to make breads and cheeses and things that are raw, dehydrated, delicious. So you're not like missing anything if you really are in this for the healing and the long term. But ultimately, I want to tell people that my goal is to help you heal. I feel like everyone has leaky gut. Everyone has some health issues, even if they're not huge. And so to give you a foundation of nutrition and detoxification and how to heal your beautiful body, and then you get to decide how you want to eat for the long term. But this is my goal, and this is, this is what I feel like most people need to hear, because then you can learn to be, you can get curious and learn to experiment and see how you feel once you clean things up. You'll have to see that for yourself to really get that into your cells, that that's right for you or not. So we live in a toxic world, right? We live in an extremely toxic world, getting more toxic by the moment. In fact, our body was never meant to deal with the 800,000 chemicals that are in things now, with getting more and more every day. They're discovering more, really, because there's some we don't even know what they are. They're just being discovered. And then, of course, they're making them in the labs for various things as well. So we are bombarded daily with chemicals and poisons, and they're slowly killing us. We literally can't just do a couple things and eat right and be healthy anymore. Like, we literally can't process out what's killing us if things are all clogged up and gunked up in there. So our body is not good at processing these toxins out of our tissue. Most people have a backed up liver detox pathway and the kidneys that aren't filtering lymphatic waste. Well, some do better than others. It all really just depends on the individual, their toxic load levels, and their immediate toxic load, in your house, in your neighborhood, in your workplace, in your car, in your bed, in your water, in your foods. Like, it's kind of close to home the most. And so, um, with regular exposure to these toxic substances every day in our lives, it's slowly breaking down our immune system and making us sick. And we literally have to work at being healthy these days. We are frugivores. That is our species type as humans. It just is. We're not carnivores. We have alkaline saliva, and carnivores have acidic saliva. Animals begin digesting the animals they kill in their mouth with their saliva. We can't do that. When we eat meat, we chew it and we just break it down, but we don't start digesting it in the mouth like carnivores do. When we eat meat, it takes many hours to go through its digestive process and our long intestines. And to do so, our adrenal glands must send out cortisol, our stress hormone, along with pancreatic enzymes and a whole bunch of other processes to make that happen. And it's a lot of stress for our body to go through. And we're not very good at doing it. We only get about 10 to 30% of the usable amino acids from it that our body can break down. The amino acids are the building blocks of these proteins. Our body doesn't actually need protein, and I'm going to talk more about this soon, but we need amino acids. That's what makes all the body processes happen. So when we eat meat and we feel good doing it, it's because we're getting a flush of adrenaline and epinephrine from the animal's adrenal glands. Most people are in adrenal fatigue and really feel that boost and seem to love it, but it is not healthy. We cannot create light, healing, or nourishment from consuming dead flesh. We were never meant to eat meat. We're meant to eat fruit and vegetables, and our teeth show it. And here is where I show. Here's the carnivore teeth all the way here to the left. And I'm not gonna read all this. You'll have the copy and you can go over these, or you could easily look up a species chart. But, we're frugivore. We're most like frugivores here on the two right. And you can just read it. Everything about it is more similar to us. We're primates. And so, we eat fruit and vegetable and nuts. We have prehensile hands. We walk upright. Our mouth opening is small. Our rudimentary, we have blunt canines, big and flattened incisors, flattened molars. Upper jaw sits on the bottom, great lateral and forward mobility. No shear, chew their food. Big salivary glands. Oh, there's no like shearing. We chew. Big salivary glands, alkaline saliva with ptyalin. So we can actually make energy. The instant fructose from fruit touches our tongue with oxygen and the ptyalin from our saliva. We make energy instantly and we digest it. We start digesting fruit instantly on our tongue, but we cannot do that with meat. And so, um, alkaline urine, because we don't secrete uricase, weak hydrochloric acid. We require fiber to stimulate peristalsis, metabolize small amount of cholesterol and vitamin A. We have sweat glands in the whole body. Our intestines are 36 to 40 feet in length, and our colon is long sacculated acid, not metabolized cellulose. And complete digestion is 12 to 18 hours. Unless it's fruit and veggies, then it's almost like an hour. Most people will like poop an hour to 2 hours later if you're eating like a mono meal of fruit or veggies, watery veggies, which is really an important component to healing, actually. Take a quick drink of water. So, most people don't realize this, but all foods are acidic. A lot of people say, oh, eat alkaline foods, eat alkaline foods. There is no such thing. All foods are acidic. Every food is chemically acidic in nature. What determines whether that food is acid forming or alkaline forming in the body has nothing to do with the initial pH of the food itself. And I just love to share that tidbit. It's about the metabolic ash, the residue that it leaves behind after digestion, absorption, and cellular metabolism. Think of the ash like the energetic imprint a food leaves after the body burns it up. When your body metabolizes food, it breaks it down into mineral rich byproducts. The body responds to that ash, not the pH of the food. So, fruits and vegetables leave an alkaline ash. Meat, dairy, eggs, grains, and legumes leave an acid ash. We are mineral deficient. Just another really important component of why we get sick in the first place. Minerals are your body's electrical system. I mean, we are electrical systems. We are electrical. And without that electricity, we're dead, basically. And so without them, nothing is firing correctly. Think energy, hormones, detox pathways, nerves, muscles, digestion, and hydration. We can get minerals from the food that we eat. Dark leafy greens, a rainbow of vegetables, nuts, seeds, roots, and sea veggies. Why are we mineral deficient? Our soils are depleted. We have poor digestion. Stress burns through minerals very fast. Sugar, caffeine, alcohol, meds, chronic inflammation drain minerals, but so does, bad foods, you know, processed foods, fast foods, hard to digest foods, but that's poor digestion. We don't need protein. We need amino acids. Protein is defined as a food composed of many amino acids linked together. Amino acids, not proteins, are what the body requires to build tissue and act as carriers and buffers. These amino acids group together in specific sequence to become a usable protein. Protein is nitrogen rich and is dominant on the acid side when broken down. When we consume proteins from animal flesh, nuts, beans, the body must first break down these proteins into simple amino acids before it can be used. So these are actually secondhand amino acids. Fruits and veggies are considered first-hand superior amino acids, further leaving an alkaline ash. The meat proteins that we're eating are eating grass. They don't eat meat for their protein stores. They're getting amino acids from grass. And so, it's just it's something to consider. It's something to consider. Um, of course, there's some other things that are, I'll go into that later. I was gonna talk about like nuts and seeds because those things, if sprouted and soaked at least, they're much easier to digest and they're kind of on the line. But I don't want to confuse anything by adding too many details. I know this is a lot of information, and for some people, this is going to be new information. The sugar myth. I have to just say real quick, my holistic doctor 20 years ago, when I, was trying to find some answers about the ulcerative colitis I was diagnosed with, three or four holistic doctors told me over 10 years to get off fruit, to not eat any fruit. That fruit feeds cancer, feeds candida, that it totally um, will feed acidity and it will, um, keep the body having parasites and bugs. And so I stopped eating all fruit for well over 10 years. And then when I started eating it again, it was just the non-sweet fruits. I was scared to eat fruit. I ate just like the non-sweet berries and lemons and limes and, like pomegranates and cranberries. And I think that was it. And then when I went back to school, just 3.5 years ago to the Institute of Regenerative Health, I learned that sugar from fruit and fruit itself, just fruit itself, really, and the fructose from it, is the most healing food there is. And so I actually started following Dr. Robert Morse about 5 years ago. And he's basically guiding people to heal cancer in 56 days on red grapes and herbs. So that got my attention because I've been in this field a long time. I've been on my own journey a long time. I've been trying to help others for a long time. And I'm always, upgrading every time I learn things. And so I was just like, what? Fruit? That got my attention. And then so I started studying with him and got his certification as a regenerative detoxification specialist. And then wanted to continue with Carrie Drinkwine, who studied with him for several years, and then created her own school, the Institute of Regenerative Health, where that was just really hammered home even more. And the day that I started school with her, which was almost 4 years ago, I went 3 months just fruit. The day I started school, because that's what you do when you're healing. You go 3 months just fruit. You don't necessarily jump right in, you ease in, depending on what your diet is like. I just jumped right in because I was in school and I was so sick. It was the hugest healing crisis, but it literally healed me. In that 3 months, it healed everything, and I never had another flare up again. So I was my own best guinea princess. And I learned that that's right. This is how we heal. I was a firsthand experience healing myself. So we thrive the most when we eat right for our species type, and we're frugivores. So fruit is our most ideal food for humans. We have been told that we need protein to make energy, but this is not true. In fact, that high protein diet, I was talking about that on that last slide, is causing way too much acidity. It's the body's got to break it down, and it ends up being a lot of catabolic waste that our kidneys and our liver have to deal with to try to break up and get out. Because, like I was saying, we only can use about 10 to 30% of like meat, dairy, eggs, and beans and legumes, and actually get that out of it as usable amino acids. So it ends up being part of our mucoid plaque because our body can't get it out. Our body can't get it out. And so, um, even holistic practitioners say this, and to not eat fruit or any fruit sugar. They say that fruit feeds candida, parasites, cancer, and makes the blood sugar out of balance. And of course, there's so much diabetes. The doctors will say, eat that piece of chocolate cake, sure, go ahead, but don't touch fruit. Don't touch that fruit. They'll scare them about fruit. So they won't touch fruit, but they'll they'll hide their candy away and they'll have their cakes and cookies and sneak things, but they won't sneak a piece of fruit. Like it was hammered in that hard. When fruit is, it grows on the trees. Nature's growing it. It's God's, you know what I mean? Like God's given food. Non-alter, it doesn't have to even be altered to be eaten. Like they they tricked us. They somehow tricked us again. Maybe this was the beginning of being tricked in the whole food scam. Like I think, people are really confused about what to eat, and fruit is the most important thing, and I think so many people are scared to eat it. So when we eat fruit, we can digest it immediately, we create energy, cellular ATP without any stress from the digestive process at all. It cleanses our cells, and our bodies thrive off of simple sugar. We make energy and we cleanse. Vegetables are our builders. Vegetables are great too. They are second on the list for nutritious food, and I'm talking just for cleansing. The fruit is our cleansers, the vegetables are our builders. We do need minerals the whole time. We can't just live off of fruit or we will go mineral deficient. So we need to have these amino acids, we need to have these minerals from the vegetables. But we can do little fruit cleanses and just really clean some stuff up and then bring things in. I usually tell my clients to eat fruit, eat a fruit breakfast, and then eventually it's fruit till noon, then it's fruit till 2, then it's fruit till 4, then a veggie meal for dinner, that kind of thing. And so you want to like eat fruit all day and then have a veggie meal. And that's most of the people who are doing regenerative eating and healing and staying healed. That's sort of the idea. But these vegetables are really important to bring in. That's why I wanted that little disclaimer because it's not their second on the list for nutritious food. I should rewrite that too. They're second on the list for cleansing food. They're super nutritious. I mean, we need that rainbow there are vitamins and minerals. Fruits and veggies are. So all the colors, it's all beautiful. Dr. Zach Bush talks about how vegetables hold all of the amino acids that the body needs. But with glyphosate poisoning, the vegetables' shikimate pathways are being destroyed, which means they produce misfolded proteins. And this is like trying to spell an alphabet that has missing letters, or to use an alphabet with missing letters to spell words. The messages are lost in transit. So people cannot get the amino acids that they need to make all the body processes work right unless they get them from regenerative soil. So you have to eat organic and you have to supplement with regeneratively grown superfoods, which I do have a great line if you are not doing that. And I can answer any questions at the end. Our primal food pyramid. This is a food pyramid that really does fit our species type. Fruits, berries, and melons at the bottom in the largest portion with a small amount of vegetation that is mostly grasses and herbs. Then greens and vegetables is the next portion, then some starchy vegetables, then nuts, seeds, and avocados at the top, mostly ignoring the very top, which is dried fruits and vegetables, unless needed for camping or saving. We should be eating simple, water-based, fresh, alive foods that grow from trees and soil. That is ideal, and that is how we best and most efficiently digest. And bottom line, that is how we heal. So I love this little raw food pyramid. So superfoods, you want to get superfoods into your diet. They're nature's perfect foods that are potent, alive, and pure. They are our food forms of multivitamins and minerals Eat the rainbow for all the phytonutrients. Make sure your superfoods are 100% organic, GMO free, glyphosate free, and vegan ideally. Make sure they are grown in regenerative soil. Most importantly, soil has lost its nutrient density, so regenerative soil makes a big difference in the amount of nutrition you get from the foods you consume. Heirloom seeds that are never grafted or genetically modified grow the healthiest superfoods. You want to know they are tested for heavy metals, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, biocides, chemicals, and glyphosate. You want superfoods free of binders, fillers, colors, excipients, preservatives, MSGs, chemicals, and additives. And you want superfoods that use 100% raw, whole plant parts, harvested at their peak, and dehydrated without heat. There's nothing else out there but one that I know of. Everything else dehydrates with heat, and that kills the enzymes. So you just aren't even getting what you think you're getting in there. But Purium superfoods is what I use. They are non-GMO, they're certified organic, they're plant-based, they're made without all of the things. And I'll just share a tidbit because this has changed my life. I've been on these foods for almost 10 years. I've never found anything cleaner. My mentor and teacher agrees. We've all been looking. My superfoods are 100% organic, GMO free, glyphosate free, and almost all vegan. They are beyond organic. The quality and the care surpasses by far anything else that I have ever found. These foods are grown on our own private organic farm, hundreds of miles away from all pollution, grown on volcanic lake beds with 100 feet of sediment in remineralized regenerative soil and watered with volcanic ash spring water. The seeds are heirloom seeds and are never grafted or genetically modified. We have our own manufacturing facility. Each ingredient is infrared tested 5 times to match for purity, equals zero heavy metals, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, biocides, chemicals, binders, fillers, colors, excipients, preservatives, additives, or glyphosate. And I have had a tour of that facility. We use 100% raw whole plant parts that are harvested at their peak, then dehydrated and preserved right there on site to maintain all the life force, living enzymes, vitamins, and minerals, but to also use lot less fossil fuels and have a zero carbon footprint. There's no preservation system like this being used anywhere, and I have looked. A fine powder that is misted raw juice, air dried into 100-foot tall cylinders, falling down gently with fans blowing at room temperature air from the bottom, a suspended living state of raw alive powder. This is a no heat drying system. Most raw food, organic powdered superfoods on the market are heated to dry, which kills all the alive enzymes and many of the nutrients that make it a healthy superfood. And so, yeah, I can hook you up if you need a source. Step two is hydration, of course, and quality of everything matters, right? So, water quality matters. Things to think about. What type of water are you drinking? How much water do you drink? What do you drink water out of? Do you pee all day long? And do you take electrolyte minerals? Hydration. A little more in depth. So, electrolyte water, what it does for the body, a powerful antioxidant fighting free radicals, improves cellular function, has anti-inflammatory properties, has neuroprotective benefits, enhances exercise performance, helps in recovery, reducing fatigue and drainage damage. And so that's obviously coconut and coconut water, a young one, so you can have all the meat in there even. Could blend that into a milk, but coconut water actually matches our ratio of what creates our saline almost identically and could literally save our life. It is definitely um a beautiful addition if you can have it. It's probably one of the two things that I eat that are not local to me. I'm in New Mexico, the desert. But I do get regular coconut water and I do buy whole young Thai coconuts often because they are a wonderful way to get in hydration and electrolyte balance and like that saline, that fluid that our body needs. Step three, support kidneys, adrenals. Oops, I made a mistake on that. Liver and lymph with herbs and movement. So you open the organs of elimination, which is really the most important step. So you're nourishing the body, and then you're hydrating the cells, and then you get the organs of elimination open before you start any kind of heavy detox. And so you're supporting mostly with herbs, but with foods as well, and movement. So adrenal herbs, licorice root, holy basil, astragalus, kidney herbs like nettle leaf, parsley, horsetail, liver herbs like dandelion root, milk thistle, schizandra berry, lymph supports like rebounder, vibration plate, castor oil packing, breath work. All of those things really help get things open and flowing and our body able to release the waste. Our body is supposed to be able to get waste out, but with a backed up system, it just can't. And so that's at the root of everything, cleaning the terrain. So step four is when we're really starting to dig in, get waste out. We clean the terrain to get out acids, mucoid plaque, parasites, fungus, candidiasis, mold, mycotoxins, microbes, antigens, heavy metals, microplastics, and all other pathogenic material out of the body. The first step is the mucoid plaque because it is the home to parasites. It is all the undigested matter that your body never got out when you ate stuff. And it is the main cause of dis-ease, and they must be cleaned out for health to thrive. Notice how the picture is almost like in the shape of the colon. That's the mucoid plaque. It's literally the body released that hard matter from all that undigested matter that made the passageway smaller. You can expel that when you do, there's several different ways. Um, you can actually expel that from the body, and then the body can literally the villi can start to absorb the nutrients from the foods. They're like the little hairs on the small intestines, and that's where absorption of nutrients gets from. And when that plaque is there, we're not absorbing the nutrients from our food. And so, we're hungry, we're overeating, we're not getting nourished. So that mucoid plaque, it's the home to parasites and other pathogens. It's all the undigested matter from all the foods you have eaten over your whole life that creates a thick, hard plaque on the sides of your colon walls, which is the large intestine, making the passageway to expel waste much smaller. The plaque also suffocates the microvilli, which are the fuzzy hairs that absorb the nutrients from the foods you eat. When you clean your plaque, you can absorb your nutrition. When you clean your plaque out, you're no longer a home and a host to parasites. You can't fully heal without this out of there because not only is it a home to critters, it holds on to all waste. It's just, thick and sticky. And then parasites, once we get that plaque out, then we can get parasites out and they're not just like burrowed into that plaque, their home is gone, they're on the move again, and we can, really hit them. And they truly are the main cause of all illness and disease. So cleaning your terrain a couple times a year of them is the most important step to healing and staying healthy. In fact, for the first several years that I learned this, I was doing these cleanses like every quarter, 4 times a year. If you have parasites, you have heavy metals too, because it's their food. And then you have iron deficiency because the parasites are eating your iron. And so you have like the wrong metals and the heavy metals that the metals that you do need, like the copper, the iron, those minerals, those are being eaten by parasites too. And so we get mineral deficient and we get low on iron and copper. And so the body is supposed to make hydrochloric acid as one of the first lines of defense against parasites. But with a toxic gut and environment, most people have leaky gut and are not making hydrochloric acid for digestion or to kill pathogens and invaders. So the parasites get into the body in multiple ways. The main ways they get in are kissing your animals, eating meat, raw fish, dairy, eggs, even raw fruits and vegetables. They can, be high, catching a ride on anything from the garden. Walking barefoot in public places, using restrooms, public restrooms, or even from your own family members, like your own toilet or your own, someone else in your family. Walking barefoot in your own house. If your dogs have parasites or something, yeah, most animals have parasites too. So I do have cleanses for them as well. Mostly they are from food, though, that you have eaten and your animals. Yeah, what we put in our body, it makes us sick more than anything else. So just being mindful about what we're putting in, the quality. So parasite cleansing is the only way to reverse dis-ease and completely heal the body. They are feeding on you and controlling your thoughts. These sneaky invaders wreak havoc on your health, your gut. A healthy gut is one of your best defenses against parasites. So it not only boosts your digestion, but it also helps your body naturally fight off invaders. So supporting your body with simple changes to the diet, natural herbs, and some deep cleansing can make a huge difference in your health and how you feel. If you've been feeling off and can't figure out why, a gentle parasite cleanse might be the reset your body needs. We just assume they're there. We do all have them. It's not a third world problem. Like they're everywhere. It's a part of the natural process of breakdown. And if there's something to heal, we clean out parasites. So here's the thing, meat, dairy, and eggs, they because they're hard for our body to break down and because they take a long time for our body to break them down, we literally call upon the parasite kingdom to help us. That's just what nature does. And sometimes there's parasites in the meats, in the dairy, in the eggs. The eggs are most pathogenic food. A lot of meats have, and fishes and seafoods have parasites in them. And so, and some do not get killed by cooking. And so, just being mindful of what we're eating, um, because they're there. They're there. We have to start cleaning them out. We have to. So, yeah, if there's something to heal, we clean the terrain. So then the next piece of cleaning the terrain that I share and do and guide and recommend is a liver flush. Your liver does so much for you, so taking extra care of it is of utmost importance. If you want quality of life where you feel great and life flows smoothly, our liver does more than 500 jobs, so it gets clogged and needs to flush out to work right. Stones, sludge, bile, flukes, parasites, and emotional baggage needs to be flushed out for healing to happen. Did you know the liver holds on to rage and anger? It and a lot of emotion. We prepare the body for the liver flush using nature's best binders, a gentle kidney flush, alkalizing minerals to nourish the cells, nervous system work like meditation, walking, sunshine breath work, trauma clearing and trapped emotion release, a bile release that opens the floodgates, and your liver dumps. You literally poop out disease, dis-ease, stones and sludge and flukes. And yeah, it's crazy what when you're like doing this process and you're setting yourself up for it and you're nourishing the cells and you're hydrating everything and you're preparing for the flushes and then you start methodically, with these flushes. It's amazing how much you can get out and how effective they are and how gentle they are. And them being gentle was a goal of mine because I don't think anyone should be miserable. It's not like it's long term, but people get really scared when they detox and when they get sick and then they just stop. And so I've really set this up to be gentle. Plus I'm there on many different levels, the way that I work with people. If I'm just sharing the cleanses, I'm there. You can reach out to me anytime. If you're in my membership program, we can do all the cleanses together. If you're in my up and coming food as medicine program, we all do all these things together. And so, yeah, you're never alone, is what I'm saying. So, cleaning that terrain, here's what also helps: zeolites to capture heavy metals, but quality matters. I've had so many people tell me, but I have this zeolite. I only know of one that actually has been cleaned after capture and has all these other components that are really important because they can be dirty. They're filled, they're little cages, and they can be filled. They need to be cleaned after capture, and most don't say that they are. And the nano silver, like colloidal silver, is not safe to do with what we do with nano silver. And so I use the best of the products. I know that what I use works and is safe and has been tested by doctors that I work with, like my mentor, mostly my mentor and teacher. She tries everything on her patients for 3 months before she even brings it to us. And then, we have at least 3 months to try it personally, and then we bring it to our clients. And so we've really seen a difference once we've changed to some specific ones because I had tried several zeolites and never really felt anything, never noticed anything, and they're not cheap. And then deliverance, which is it's a blend of liver herbs for softening the liver that works like nothing else out there. Juice fasting to help release mucoid plaque, water fast to pull out internal interstitial waste. That's the waste that's like in between the cells, in between the tissues. Liver herbs to drain the liver of old rancid fats, mucoid plaque cleanse 1 to 2 every 5 years, parasite cleanse, 3 complete rounds, liver flush. And the reason we do 3 complete rounds, we do 10 days on, 5 days off, 10 days on, 5 days off, and 10 days on. And that is to kill the eggs and the babies because they're quickly forming and laying eggs. Babies are hatching. We never are exactly sure where they are in their cycle. So we want to get that cycle again and then one more time. And I've really noticed that that seems to wipe them out better than any other way I've done it in the past. And I use muscle testing to find to really, hone in on those pieces. And then the liver flush, we could do 3 to 50 rounds. Like I literally, this woman who I'm learning from has done 50 liver flushes in 2 years and is still going. And she's pretty healthy and is doing all the regenerative. She's now a regenerative health practitioner as well. And I was just like, wow, our liver needs that much, huh? I guess I better get started. I've only done 3. And so, yeah, I'm just like, our liver has over 500 jobs. It really is the most important organ for turning anything that's poisoning us into non-harmful and then getting it out. And so it's so important to get that liver up to par. And so it's really become a focus of mine. And then molecular hydrogen is wonderful to upregulate the mitochondria. That's the powerhouse of the cell. And then, we clear trapped emotions, stories, thoughts, beliefs, pain, and trauma. All those things help in the clearing of the terrain process. And then to renourish, reseed, and rebuild, true detox happens when the internal terrain is restored. The cells are fed what they need to function, and the systems of elimination are strengthened rather than stressed. So there's no like long-term fasting. You can't just live the detox life forever. You have to just do it in little pockets and then you refeed, reseed, and rebuild and renourish. You have to, or you won't get all the way better. Like I've just really seen it weaken people. And so um, we renourish, we replenish what life, stress, and depletion have taken. We give the body biochemical permission to heal. We nourish. Reseed. Once nourished, the body's ecosystem must be reseeded with beneficial microbes, vital information, and regenerative signals. This is about restoring communication between the gut, the immune system, and the cellular networks. When the microbe, when the microbiome regains its diversity and intelligence, detoxification becomes a gentle, daily, self-regulating process. And I always say this, we cleanse a little bit every day in all our daily habits, and then we don't have it, it's not as urgent to do the big cleanses unless you have a health issue. But this phase integrates oh wait. And then we rebuild. Finally, we rebuild tissues, mitochondrial energy, hormones, and structural integrity. As the body rebuilds, stagnant waste naturally begins to move. Detox emerges as a byproduct of restoration, not restriction. This phase integrates circulation, lymphatic flow, cellular repair, and the reestablishment of the body's innate architecture of vitality. So then more detox supports. Don't stop the detox when waste comes out and symptoms occur. You must continue. So this is where we can bring in sweating and sauna and steam rooms, Epsom salt, borax, and bentonite clay baths to remove excess waste via our skin, herbal teas to support organs of elimination. Kidneys, bowels, lungs, skin are the organs of elimination. Hydration, lemon water, and molecular hydrogen. When the adrenals rest and reset, we come back to our true baseline. Fruits give us cleansing, energy, and electricity. Vegetables are our builders. Meditation to support the nervous system, endocrine system, and emotional detoxification. Movement, rebounder, breathwork, yoga, walking. Vibration plate. I just got a vibration plate, loving it. More ways to support detox. Keep the bowels moving with aloe juice, marshmallow root, slippery elm bark, fennel seed, and ginger root. Eat enough fiber from fruits and veggies. Oxy powder in emergency. GI bowel supports by Dr. Robert Morse. Enemas can really help move waste out. Colonics can be helpful to remove excess waste when the body gets backed up and enemas aren't enough. Activated coconut charcoal, binders, enzymes, visualization, even. We are energetic beings. Step 6, be mindful of what you put back in. Steps to nourishing the body. Your superfoods contain easily digestible and absorbable alkaline nutrients and herbs. Herbs for adrenals, liver, kidneys, and lymph. My Zevo Life microalgae, ion gut support with 60,000-year-old soil from full spectrum support, amino acids and plant proteins, fruits, berries, melons, vegetables of all kinds. And then steps for life. If you want more, join us. So you just got a whole bunch of information, and I'm so excited that you are here receiving it. It must be time because there are no accidents. And, again, there's so much contradictory information out there about food. And so, I shared the foundational pieces of regenerative healing. It is what I see people heal from cancer, all the diseases. It's just an acid system, and that acidity, the body gives away either cholesterol, fat, calcium, or water to buffer acids. So in that process of the body buffering acids, it's giving away those things, making you depleted, hence causing diseases, osteoporosis, Is the body giving away calcium to buffer those acids? There's just it's just a whole cascade effect. And so my food is medicine course just takes it deeper. If you want to go all the way and help support and have a community and heal your body, and especially if you want to become a practitioner and help others heal. But I've had many clients over the years. I've been running um, this program since 2015. And even just learning this stuff for your family, your friends, to take care of your kids, your grandkids, whatever. This is, um, it's the most important information we could have, and we will always heal with it. So this program is the future of healing begins with regeneration. Discover how food becomes medicine, energy, and transformation in our regenerative nutrition holistic practitioner certification program. This is more than a course, it's a movement to restore vitality in people and the planet through deeply integrative, science-backed, and soul-led nutrition. Join the next generation of holistic healers. Become part of a global community dedicated to regenerative health and nourishment from soil to soul. A regenerative nutrition holistic practitioner certification program gives you the tools, wisdom, and support to create real and lasting change. It's time to step into your calling as a healer and guide in the holistic nutrition and in detox space. You felt this pull for a long time, and you're naturally connected to this work, even if you're still discovering your unique niche within it. Remember, you are already a healer. Your own journey is the foundation, and the tools you've gathered both within you and around you are leading you toward the path that's meant for you. Even if you don't want to be a practitioner, this work is going to take you to the next level and give you the tools you'll need forever. So, the Food is Medicine Holistic Practitioner Certification Program is your roadmap to deep healing, renewed vitality, and the knowledge you need to support others on their journey as well. If you feel a burning desire to learn and share the most essential message of our time, our true and only healthcare plan, how we nourish and detox for healing, health, and vibrant living, this is your moment. Food as Medicine will guide you into the future of wellness where science, spirit, and sustainability intersect. Enrollment is officially open. Become a force for regeneration. Join us today and step into the regenerative movement. So, this is my little postcard. And I mean, it's nothing that I haven't said already today. Let me see the time and oh, yep, it's already over time. That's okay. I guess there's no real time limit. I try to keep it within an hour. Um, but it's a 3-month online practitioner certification program. There's weekly Zoom classes. We'll deep dive into the foundation of holistic nutrition and coaching. We will create a toolbox with specific protocols for clients. A new edition, my Living Light, Living Foods course, which is 10 hours, and where you'll actually learn how to become a raw food chef and make food for yourself and your family that's exciting and fun and not boring at all or feel limited and guide people to heal with food as medicine if your heart desires. And then here is it's changed a little bit, but this is a rough outline of the 12 weeks: the foundation, fasting, food combining, swaps, environmental toxins, nourishment, detoxification, rebuild, the 10 pillars of vibrant health, transform your health in 90 days. Oh, you know what? This is a totally different one. I meant to update this one. I think I'm gonna just see really quick if I updated. Nope, I didn't update it on the past one either. On module 3, I focus on all the different foods we'll be making and all the different things from the Living Light Living Foods course more. So this is a little bit different, but it still has a lot of these um, protocols in them. And then, so become a certified regenerative nutritionist and detoxification master. Transform your body, your life, and your career naturally. Registration now open. Early bird price ends December 15th at midnight Mountain Time. It's only 11:11 right now. You're saving 11:11. It's half price because I really want to make this accessible for everyone who wants to learn this information and especially become a practitioner. What we eat either nourishes us or either nourishes and heals us or creates dis-ease. Food was what healed me and continues to keep me healthy. Now I teach others how to do the same by reconnecting to the body's innate intelligence and the regenerative power of nature. Are you ready to upgrade your relationship with food and your body to discover how to heal from the inside out? Dis-ease is just a lack of flow in the body from an acidic diet and lifestyle. When we clean up our nutrition and the terrain, we can get things flowing again. Why joining would benefit you? To learn the formula for finding the root cause, cleaning the terrain, regenerating the body, and staying healthy, strong, and vibrant forever. To learn holistic nutrition and why plant-based eating heals the body. To get groundbreaking insight on why we are so toxic and how to avoid much of it. To learn the importance of the lymph system and how to remove waste safely. To understand why so many are sick and why they don't heal. This program is designed for anyone seeking to know the truth about health, for anyone who wants to be empowered in their healing process and own it, to have tools for healing for the duration of your whole life, to guide others, to create a holistic practice and help many. It's a 12-week online dual certification program. Become a certified regenerative nutritionist and detoxification master in this 50-hour deep practitioner certification program. Learn the ancient wisdom and modern science of healing through food detoxification and cellular regeneration. You'll rebuild health through nutrient-dense whole foods. You'll detoxify safely and effectively. You'll regenerate your cells and energy naturally. You'll balance the gut, liver, and detox pathways. You'll guide others to heal using food as medicine. You'll become a raw food chef. You'll create a holistic business helping many if you want. You don't have to. You'll learn how to nourish the body with the right nutrients. You'll learn how to combine foods for optimal digestion. You'll sprout, culture, dehydrate, and prepare raw food. You'll learn how to detox safely. You'll have complete protocols for yourself, your client, and your clients to support true nourishment, a toolbox of all foods and remedies for healing, to get to the root cause and not just address symptoms, to listen to the body's signs and clues. You become your own healer. Optional personalized support with a health plan tailored to your unique needs and lifestyle. So you can always take it deeper. And it's a 12-week program, 50 hours. There's a manual, there's the 10-hour food course. It's a toolbox for healing body, mind, spirit, and soul. Weekly live recorded Zooms, access to a private membership group, community for support, guidance, inspiration, and accountability, blueprint for living a holistic lifestyle, and 2 certifications, regenerative nutritionist and detoxification master. And then I go into a little bit about the Living Light food course. It's a complete system for feeding your body for deep healing, regeneration, and high frequency living. Discover how to prepare nutrient rich, life giving foods and combine them intentionally to restore balance, rebuild vitality, and support your body on every level. This course gives you the exact tools, recipes, and frameworks to rebuild, rejuvenate, and reset your body naturally. Most people want to heal, detox, or increase their energy, but they don't know how to prepare food that can actually support their body's natural repair mechanisms. They're overwhelmed, confused, and often doing it the wrong combinations without realizing it. The Living Light Living Foods course gives you a simple, joyful, step-by-step system for preparing and combining foods in the exact ways your body needs for cellular repair, detoxification, anti-inflammatory balance, deep nourishment, long-term regeneration, and high vibration physical and emotional well-being. You get the tools, confidence, and clarity to feed yourself in a way that creates real transformation. And then module 1, Living Foods Foundation, food combining for regeneration, healing through nourishment, living food preparation mastery, creating a sustainable living food lifestyle, and customized support. with templates, personalized trackers, meal guides, and healing pathways. So you get like knowledge to confidently choose foods that repair and regenerate, the skills to prepare living meals with ease, the ability to combine foods for optimal digestion and healing, a lifestyle that supports long-lasting wellness and a deep connection to your body and its messages. And this is a full healing system, not a recipe collection. If you join, oh wait, the Living Light Foods course has some bonuses with it. A 7-day Living Foods reset, a kitchen setup guide and foods list, healing recipes pack, access to the food as medicine community if that's part of your program. And this is for you if you're ready to heal your own body naturally, commit to your healing for the long term, understand the foundation of true mitochondrial health and nourishment, understand that detoxification is essential to complete healing, allow the transformation of healing happen, be a true guide to healing the body, possibly help others and your friends and family, possibly build a meaningful soul-led business in holistic health, help clients, family, and community thrive, stay healthy for life. And then I have a testimonial or two. This class really exceeded any sort of expectations I could have had. I thought for sure I would learn about foods and the way they process them and work together with them, but I had no clue how in-depth this course and our books would be. There's so much dense, beautiful, powerful knowledge in these texts that Jessica has put together. Really life-changing information. Everyone needs to jump on this train and join this class ASAP. It feels like before this class I had a good foundation, and after this class I feel like I'm ready to fly and dive deep into the end of my dive into the deep end of my new healing journey. So much gratitude for this course, and Jessica, thank you. And then Amy Krenicki and Taos. Jessica's an absolute powerhouse of knowledge and love. She's not just teaching from a textbook, she's lived through and conquered challenges herself. Her classes are like a cozy chat with a friend, but boy, do we cover a ton of ground. What I love most is that she's so down to earth about her journey. She's tried and tested methods that work, but she's always growing and always finding new and better ways to do things. Jessica, thank you for opening up your treasure trove of wisdom and experience to us. You're beyond amazing. I highly recommend taking a class with her. You won't regret it. And then the early bird enrollment, it 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 is over in a couple days. I guess that's Monday. And then if you've taken my food as medicine class before, to retake it is even half off of that. This isn't just another certification, it's a journey of regeneration, body, mind, and purpose. When you heal yourself, you help heal the planet. When you help heal others, when you help others heal, you're part of spreading the most important message on earth. Join the next wave of holistic healers transforming the world through food as medicine. And then if you sign up within the next 72 hours, you'll also get a 60-minute one-on-one deep dive call with me, $150, which is my old price, actually. I forgot to change that. Regenerative Roadmap to Detox Checklist, Transform Your Health in 90 Days, which is a program, Tame Your Sugar Monster, a Candida eradication program, and I think that's it. Any questions? So I will now stop the share.
Oh, there we go. Hi. Well, yeah, that's a lot of information. That's really a lot of information. And definitely much of that information I've already, experienced and know and things like that. But, I feel like it's really good information. I don't think I'm quite ready for yet where am this moment. But I know that it's not accidental that I would be reintroduced to this thought. Um, I am having health challenges that I'm trying to. I mean, I'm going to be 60 in July, and I feel like I'm at my 100,000 mile warranty. it's it's very I'm a meditator and I am a healer, and I do energy work and I do energy clearing and work with people and things like that. So probably for me, it's not as emotionally daunting that I would be at this place because